You know the feeling. You're standing in your small room and see only chaos. The wardrobe is overflowing, the kitchen is a labyrinth of pots and cans, and in the living area, you no longer know where to step. It feels like the room is crushing you, not the other way around. But what if I tell you that the solution doesn't lie in expensive furniture or radical decluttering, but in the wisdom of a generation that knew how to make much with little? Grandma didn't have huge apartments, but she had systems, and exactly these 42 genius hacks I'll show you today. We'll go through 3 life areas: your wardrobe, your kitchen, and your living area. Each hack is so simple that you can implement it immediately. And the best? You mostly need only things you already have at home. So let's get started right away with the first area, your wardrobe, the coat hanger method. Grandma never just threw jackets over chairs. She knew heavy coats need wide, padded hangers. That way, they keep their shape and take up less space. You simply take a sturdy hanger and hang the jacket right way around, so with the back to the hanger. That sounds small, but it saves so much space. The seasonal rotation. Grandma didn't have the space to have summer and winter clothing in the closet at the same time, so she packed everything that wasn't needed into boxes under the bed or in the attic. You do the same. Keep only the current season in the closet. The rest goes away. Your closet breathes a sigh of relief. The socks pair station. How often do you lose socks? Grandma had a simple solution, a special drawer just for socks. She rolled every sock immediately after washing and placed it in its spot. You take a small box or simply a separated corner in the drawer. No more single socks. The space under the bed. Grandma always had chests or flat boxes under the bed. In them went rarely used clothing or bed linen. Today you find flat rolling containers that fit perfectly under every bed. That way, you use dead space that you otherwise ignore. Organize scarves and shawls. Grandma hated wrinkles, so she hung a narrow curtain rod inside the closet door. There hung all scarves side by side, nicely visible and at hand. You can do that with a simple shower curtain system. That way, you see at a glance what you have. Hang hats and caps. Grandma never stacked hats. She screwed simple hooks on the closet inside and hung each hat individually. That way, they keep their shape and you can take them easily. That works with caps too. Each item has its fixed place. Drawer dividers from shoe boxes. Grandma covered empty boxes with nice paper and then placed them in drawers. That way, compartments arise for socks, slips, or t-shirts. Free and custom made. You just have to cut the boxes to the right height. Organize belts. Grandma never rolled them up. She used a towel roll or a special belt hanger. That way, they hang nicely straight and don't knot. You can also simply make a loop at the closet door and thread the belts through. The one drawer for small stuff method. Grandma had a drawer for everything small: needle and thread, buttons, safety pins, but sorted in small boxes or cans. That way, she always knew where what is. You take a flat drawer and subdivide it with small containers. Space-saving storage for bags. Bags Grandma stored space-saving. The rule: small bags go into large bags. That way, you need only the space for the largest bag. Grandma always did that, and the bags keep their shape because they're not squeezed. Organize jewelry. Jewelry you organize with simple means. Grandma didn't have expensive jewelry boxes. She used egg cartons or small bowls. Each piece goes in individually, so nothing knots. You can do that today with ice cube trays or small boxes, simple and overviewable. Use space under the bed for shoes. Use again the space under the bed, but this time for shoes or seasonal clothing. Grandma had flat wooden boxes that she pushed under the bed. In them were shoes she rarely wore. Today, there are practical boxes with wheels. That way, everything is protected and you don't see it. Door organizer for closet doors. At the closet door comes a door organizer. Grandma hung self-sewn pockets on the door for shoes or accessories. Today you buy such an organizer for little money, perfect for shoes, belts, or small bags. Every centimeter is used. The 1-year rule. The most important rule is, what hasn't been worn for a year goes away. Grandma was uncompromising there. If something remained unused for a year, it was given away or repurposed. That way, your closet stays slim and efficient. Only what you really wear may stay. Transparent storage jars. Now we switch to the kitchen and start with transparent storage jars. Grandma had everything in jars and cans that she could see. Flour, sugar, noodles. Everything was labeled and at hand. You buy a set of transparent jars and sort everything over. You see at a glance what is running low. Doors as storage space. Use doors as storage space. Grandma hung hook strips on every cabinet door. There hung whisks, aprons, cooking spoons. That way, the work surface was free. You do the same with strong hooks or a magnetic strip. Everything hangs tidy and you have it immediately at hand. Cutlery drawer system. The cutlery drawer system is simple and effective. Grandma always had divider inserts in the drawer. Knives, forks, spoons, each item had its compartment. That way, she never had to search. You get simple inserts from plastic or wood. The drawer stays always tidy. Organize spices. Spices you organize with magnetic jars. Grandma didn't have spice racks. She hung magnetic jars on the fridge or the wall. That way, all spices were visible and space-saving stored. You buy magnetic jars and sort your spices over. No more searching. Order under the sink. Under the sink, create order. Grandma had there labeled rolling baskets for cleaning agents and sponges. That way, she could pull everything out easily and had overview. You take simple baskets and label them with the content. No more chaos under the sink. Pot lid organization. Pot lids get their own place. Grandma sorted them vertically, in a shelf or a box. That way, they don't scratch and you can grab them easily. You place them simply upright in a basket or a shelf compartment. Space-saving and overviewable. Rack for baking sheets. Baking sheets and trays get a space-saving rack. Grandma had a narrow shelf where she stored everything vertically. That way, they were easy to remove and took little space. You get a rack especially for sheets and trays. Preserve jars as storage. Preserved jars become storage vessels. Grandma stored noodles, lentils, and spices in old jars. Everything was tightly closed and nice to look at. You wash empty jars and label them. That way, you see your supplies at a glance. Tray for oils and spices. A small tray for frequently used oils and spices. Grandma always had a tray with the things she needed daily at the stove. That way, she didn't have to reach into the cabinet. You place a pretty tray next to the stove and put everything on it that you often use. Narrow shelf at the fridge. Next to the fridge comes a narrow shelf. Grandma often had a pull-out plate for oils and spices. That way, everything was at hand but not in the way. You can attach a narrow shelf or use a small rack. Every centimeter counts. Cups under hanging cabinets. Cups hang under hanging cabinets. Grandma had hooks under the cabinets where the cups dangled. That saved space in the cabinet. You buy simple hooks and hang your favorite cups. They are always at hand and look decorative. Rack for cutting boards. Cutting boards and baking sheets get a space-saving rack. Grandma had a narrow shelf where she stored everything vertically. That way, they were easy to remove and took little space. You get a rack especially for boards and sheets. Tray for cleaning agents. A tray for cleaning agents. Grandma had everything assembled on a tray. That way, she could carry the entire cleaning station easily. You take a large tray and place all cleaning agents on it. That way, everything is together, and you have it quickly at hand. Use tops of cabinets. The tops of cabinets Grandma used for rarely used kitchen appliances. She stored there things she rarely needed, but nicely tidy, not just thrown. You can place baskets or boxes up to use the space. Stool with storage compartment. Now it goes into the living room and the hallway. Stool or the bench with storage compartment. Grandma always had seating furniture that also offered storage space. In them went blankets, magazines, or shoes. You search a bench or a stool with flip lid, seating and storage in one. Bookshelves as room dividers. Bookshelves as room dividers are space-saving. Grandma didn't place shelves only at walls. She used them as partitions to create areas. That saves space and gains storage. You place a shelf between two areas and use both sides. Coffee table with storage. The coffee table with integrated baskets is practical. Grandma often had a table with compartments underneath. In them went remotes, magazines, knitting. Everything was hidden but at hand. You search a coffee table with drawers or baskets. Shoe strip with bench. In the hallway comes a shoe strip with seating. Grandma had a bench under which shoes found space. That way, one could sit down and put on shoes without bending. The bench usually had a compartment in it where shoe care stuff or house slippers waited. You search a narrow bench with storage and place it in the hallway. That way, the entrance area stays tidy. Wall behind the door use. Grandma always attached narrow shelves or hooks behind the door for keys, dog leash, or mail. That way, nothing got lost and everything had its fixed place. You mount a narrow shelf or hook strip on the wall. The dead space becomes order keeper. Organize remotes. For the remotes, there's a simple solution. Grandma always had a small bowl or box next to the sofa. There lay all remotes at hand but not scattered. You search a pretty bowl and put all remotes in, no more searching. Side table with secret compartment. Grandma had small tables with hidden compartments under the plate. In them went magazines, knitting, or the remote. That way, everything was hidden but immediately there. You search a side table with hidden storage. Combat cable chaos. Cable chaos. You combat with simple means. Grandma always bundled cables with cable ties or clips and hid them behind furniture. That way, no tangle was seen and it was safer. You get cable ties or cable channels and bring order into the cable mess. Use corners. Grandma placed narrow shelves or plants in room corners that otherwise remained unused. That way, new storage arose without space loss. You place a corner shelf or a narrow chest of drawers in the corner. Every angle becomes valuable. Wall-mounted lighting. Grandma had reading lamps on the wall instead of on tables. That saved space on the furniture and had better light. You mount slim wall lights next to the sofa or the bed. More light, less crowding. Organize books and magazines. For books and magazines, there's a simple rule. Grandma always limited stack heights. More than 5 magazines were never lying. The rest was sorted out or put away. You lay a box for magazines and sort regularly. That way, it stays overviewable. Use room height. Grandma built shelves up to the ceiling for things that are rarely needed. That way, she used the vertical space optimally. You build high shelves or stackable boxes up under the ceiling. Upward, always space goes. Organize blankets and pillows. Blankets and pillows you organize with a large basket. Grandma had a large basket or a chest in the living room. In it went all blankets and pillows when they weren't needed. That way, it was cozy, but not untidy. You place a beautiful basket in the room and tidy everything away. Regular check. Grandma went through every room once a month and decluttered. What wasn't needed went away. That way, the order was maintained. You take a fixed day in the month and tidy up. Preventing is easier than tidying. And exactly that's why Grandma knew. True order comes from inside and from clever systems. Start with an area that bothers you the most, perhaps your wardrobe or the kitchen. You don't need expensive solutions, just Grandma's practical hacks and some system. If you want more of Grandma's timeless wisdoms for household and everyday life, subscribe now. Here you'll find new, simple ideas every week that really work.